Spending holidays in China is an experience that will make your dreams come true. China offers its visitors not only modern, vibrant cities and the most extraordinary tourist attractions, but also breathtaking nature, thousands of temples and shrines, as well as noble palaces with picturesque ancient architecture. No matter if you are looking for magnificent rice terraces on the hills or peaceful bamboo rafting on the river, China satisfies all your needs. Boundless tea plantations, with more than 1,000 years of history, are as captivating as its cultural heritage, archaic buildings and traditions which you cannot find anywhere else. Chinese majestic mountains with breathtaking views will make your holidays unforgettable. Haven't you already decided where to go on your visit to China? Discover with us the best places to see in this gorgeous country, which offers endless tourist attractions. Number 1. Chengdu. Chengdu is not only a highly important center of China, but also the capital of Xi'an province. Don't be fooled by its modern looks. The town has a rich history of more than 2,300 years. But the main Chengdu's tourist attraction is the giant pandas. Research base of giant panda breeding is a must-go place. A huge nature reserve is located 10 kilometers from downtown and is the best place to familiarize with China's national symbol. In the morning, you can see the pandas enjoying their breakfast. As they are often found sleeping, pandas are the liveliest during this morning activity. You even have the unique opportunity to see incredibly adorable young pandas. Visit the exquisite Anshan Bridge, crossing the Jin River. The origins of this version of the bridge date back to the 18th century. Its even older predecessor was described by Marco Polo on his travels. The current bridge has been reconstructed after devastating floods. This stunning piece of architecture even has a restaurant. This place is sought after not only for sensational Sichuan cuisine, but also for charming views, especially at night. If you are a lover of nature and history, then visit the amazing Leshan Giant Buddha, the tallest and largest Buddha in the world. The huge statue was carved into the side of the Lingyun Mountain more than 1,300 years ago. It is a whopping 71 meters long. This breathtaking place is less than 2 hours away by car from Chengdu, and around there you can find other great attractions. Located close to the Leshan Giant Buddha is Mount Emei. To explore this 3,099 meters tall mountain, you will need the whole day. It is one of the 4 most divine Buddhism mountains in China. There are several Buddhist temples, but do not miss Golden Summit with majestic views on top of the mountain. The temple is also very popular among Buddhists and pilgrims in China. In the vicinity of the temple, there is a 48-meter-high golden Buddha statue, which has a unique head with faces turned in 10 directions. But don't forget to dress well on the trip. The average temperature here during the hottest period is around 12 degrees centigrade. While visiting Chengdu, do not forget to taste a traditional Xi'an dish called hot pot, which is a local delicacy. Number 2. Macau. Welcome to Macau, Las Vegas of the East. Apart from the huge number of casinos, the city has a unique atmosphere where you can experience a fusion of Chinese culture and rich Portuguese heritage. If you are going to visit Hong Kong, Macau is only 60 kilometers away. The cities are connected by a system of tunnels and bridges, including the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge, the world's longest continuous infrastructure construction across the sea. Whether or not you are a fan of gambling, don't miss a visit to the biggest casino resort in the world, Venetian Macau. A visit to this breathtaking place can take up to a whole day. You don't have to be a guest to experience a cruise in a Venetian gondola. And nowhere in Asia are there more luxury shops concentrated in one place than here. History lovers shouldn't miss a visit to the Ema Temple. It is believed that the name of the city is derived from the name of this temple. Its origins date back to the 15th century AD, and it is one of the oldest traditional temples in Macau. The complex is made up of 6 sections, each of which reveals the gems of classical Chinese architecture. When you visit, don't forget to write and hang your wishes if you want them to be fulfilled. The city was a Portuguese colony for more than 400 years, as evidenced by the ruins of the 16th century complex, where the beautiful facade and the front stairway of St. Paul's Cathedral are the best preserved. The best place to breathe the history of Old Macau is the Largo do Senado Square, the governmental center from the colonial era. You will find splendid pastel-colored classical buildings, shops, and restaurants with typical Southern European architecture. When walking through the old city, we recommend trying local cuisine. It is a unique mixture of Chinese and Portuguese taste. At a close distance to the square, about 5 minutes by foot, visit the late 16th century Baroque-style St. Dominic's Church, the oldest church building in the city. This building shows the mixture of European and local Macanese features in its design. The church's high altar features a beautiful statue of the Madonna and Child as the centerpiece, and is flanked by wood and ivory carved statues of several saints. Not afraid of heights? Then you must visit the 338-meter-high Macau Tower. Its observation deck features the best views of the city, restaurants, theaters, and shopping malls. Number 3. Hangzhou. This modern, vibrant city, which is situated only an hour away from Shanghai by train, is not only an important economic, political, and cultural center of China, but also one of the 7 ancient capital cities, with a rich history of about 2,500 years. Here you can discover a secret of Chinese silk, or visit the birthplace of the most famous green tea in China. The must-visit place in Hangzhou is West Lake, the symbol of the city. This 6.5 square kilometers area has been an inspiration for many famous poets and artists, and it is regarded as one of the most beautiful sights in China. There you can find traditional temples, ancient pagodas, pavilions, splendid gardens, and ornamental trees, as well as causeways and artificial islands. You can admire the lake not only on scenic walks, but also on boat trips. The town has become an important commercial center, also thanks to the construction of an amazing 1,776-kilometer-long Grand Canal. The ancient river road was dug out in 486 BC, and it runs from Beijing in the north to Hangzhou in the south. It is the longest canal or artificial river in the world, and at the same time, a symbol of Chinese culture. If you are a shopping lover, don't forget to visit ancient Hefeng Street, a famous tourist attraction. The city has a rich history of Chinese silk culture and production, and it is one of the places where you can see or buy silk clothing and trinkets. Hangzhou silk is very soft, luxurious, and decorative, a perfect souvenir to take home. Do not miss visiting gorgeous tea plantations. Hangzhou is also known as the capital of tea in China. And since ancient times, it has been a famous tea production base. Dragonwell Longjing tea, the most famous tea in the country, is being produced here. It is collected mostly by hand and ranked first among China's top 10 teas due to its high quality. Approximately an hour's drive from the city is Fujian, one of the top 6 water towns in China. This charming place attracts many tourists with more than 1,000 years of history, restored Chinese architecture, various museums and exhibitions, as well as its restaurants and souvenir shops. Be sure not to miss the unique gondola ride along the ancient canal and the magnificent night scenery in Fujian. You will certainly be blown away by the colorful illumination of the whole town. Number 4. Great Wall of China. This longest wall in the world is one of the wonders of the world. The official length of the Great Wall of China is 21,196.18 kilometers. But this sophisticated defense system, with a history going back more than 2,300 years, did not only include walls, the construction of watchtowers, troop barracks, garrison stations, signaling capabilities through the means of smoke or fire, and the fact that the path of the Great Wall also served as a transportation corridor, also contributed to the defensive qualities of the Great Wall. This complex had 2 main purposes. In addition to defense against raids from the north of China, The wall was also intended to support trade and protect the Silk Road. The most popular parts of the Great Wall are near Beijing, 1 to 3 hours away by car. If you are going to visit the capital of China, don't miss the opportunity to discover the secrets of this breathtaking structure. Each of the distinct parts offers something interesting in terms of tourism, and some of them are interconnected. Just choose what you prefer. Section Mutianyu, fully restored and the most family-friendly part of the Great Wall, used to serve as the northern barrier, defending the capital and the imperial tombs. If you are looking for untouched nature and spectacular views, visit the Jinshengling section. The half-restored part belongs to the most beautiful and photogenic ones. There are 5 passes, 67 watchtowers, and 3 beacon towers. For those who like the challenge, you should visit the wild section, Chengdu. Due to the number of damaged sections, it is dangerous, but also very picturesque. It is built on a steep mountain ridge and offers a popular trip amongst experienced hikers. Lakeside section, Wanghuchen, is the only watery Great Wall in Beijing. This section combines beautiful lake scenery with majestic mountains and the ancient Great Wall. Home to one of the largest fortresses of the defensive fortification is the Jianguang section. It is also home to one of the 3 most famous passes along the Great Wall ever. The solid stronghold, which was the northern direct access to Beijing in the old days, has been fully restored to its original form. A massive fortification with a touch of the sea is offered by this section, Shanghai. There is another of the 3 major passes in the Great Wall. It is supplemented by the innermost fortress, positioned in a strategic location along the Ming Great Wall. If you are looking for an easily accessible and easy walking conditions section, you may visit Badaling, the most visited part. The part of the wall was reconstructed, and in 1957, it was the first part of the wall open to tourists. It belongs to the best equipped sections. Number 5. Xi'an. Ancient Xi'an was for almost 2,000 years the capital of 13 different imperial dynasties of ancient China. The first emperor unified China from his base in this area, thanks to which is also called the cradle of the Chinese civilization. It was this place where there was the beginning of the ancient Silk Road, and where the influence of the West and the East were mixed. Among the attractions not to be missed is the Terracotta Warriors and Horses Museum. Each of the thousands of statues of soldiers and horses, often in slightly larger-than-life size, is unique, and all were meant to serve in the afterlife of China's first emperor. The collection dates to the 3rd century BC. The area is considered one of the greatest archaeological sites in the world, and one of the greatest discoveries of the 20th century. The old city is surrounded by massive city walls built in the 14th century. They are approximately 14 kilometers long. It is one of the oldest, largest, and best preserved Chinese city fortifications in general. This place is great not only for history lovers but also for sports fans. You can walk along the walls, take part in the city marathon, which is organized in spring, and even go cycling. In the old center is the Bell Tower, the symbol of the city. Built in 1384 AD, it is 36 meters high and is the largest and best preserved of its kind from the time of ancient China. Like the Chinese clock tower, in ancient times it was used for reporting the time and publishing news. It is open to the public, and its beauty can be admired both during the day and the night. Another symbol of the city, the Drum Tower, built in the 14th century, is a short walk away. It is 34 meters high and is also open to the public. Unlike the Bell Tower, where the bell was struck at dawn, the drums of the Drum Tower were struck at sunset to signal the end of the day. About 4 kilometers from the city center, you can admire one of the most famous Buddhist pagodas in China, the Big Wild Goose Pagoda. It was built in the 7th century and later became a part of the large complex known as the Temple of Kindness and Grace. The complex once had 13 separate courtyards and contained 1,879 grand-looking rooms. Although the massive complex has not withstood the weather, wars, and earthquakes of old, the pagoda still stands on the site. Near the Big Wild Goose Pagoda in the North Square, you can discover the largest music fountain in Asia. It covers an area of approximately 110,000 square meters. The fountain and music show has many benches, the longest light strip, and the largest acoustic complex in the world. The most amazing thing is how the sound, light, water, and colors of the fountain blend harmoniously. This stunning show can be enjoyed, especially in warm months, several times a day. But it is the most beautiful at night. Don't forget to arrive 20 minutes early to find a good place to watch. Number 6. Shanghai. China's largest and most prosperous city is also the most populous city proper in the world. Shanghai has a rich history, but even more unique is its modern character, which you will not experience anywhere else in the world. A perfect spot to begin a tour across the city is People's Square. There is a lot to discover, such as the large Shanghai Museum, one of the most visited museums in China. You can admire a wonderful collection of 140,000 precious objects focused on ancient Chinese art. Near the museum, you can find the Grand Theater. Its automatic stages belong to the biggest and best equipped ones in the world. The Urban Planning Museum is also included in the People's Square area. The exhibition at this museum is a great introduction to Shanghai and provides tourists with an excellent perspective on and presentation of the city. Right next to the square is located People's Park, which has become a favorite site of the city. It is home to other great museums, a small fun fair suitable for visits of families with children, and many other interesting attractions. The must-see attraction is the Bund, which is around 1.5 kilometers length promenade running alongside the river. It used to be a rich center of foreign establishment in Shanghai. It houses 52 European-style buildings and especially Art Deco architecture. Today, the buildings serve as restaurants, galleries, and offices. Are you looking for some relaxation? Visit the 2-hectare Yu Garden, also known as Yuan Garden, typical for its classical Chinese architecture. The translation of the garden's name means happiness. This oasis in the center of Shanghai was built in 1559, and at that time it was the largest garden in the city. Damaged during World War II, it was eventually reopened to the public in 1961. Do not miss Yuan Bazaar, right next to the garden. With many restaurants, tea houses, and shops, it is a good place to taste some local snacks and buy souvenirs. In one of Shanghai's central business districts, you can find the ancient Jing'an Temple from the 13th century. It belongs to the most famous Buddhist temples in the city. The complex was reconstructed after a devastating fire in early 1972. And in 1990, the whole temple was finally opened to the public. Here you can experience the authentic atmosphere of ancient architecture and religious rituals. There is the largest sitting jade Buddha statue in China. It is 3.78 meter high with an incredible weight of 11,000 kilograms. Another landmark of Shanghai is the 468 meter high Oriental Pearl Tower. There are 3 observatory areas, each at a different height. The lowest sphere is called Space City, home to a science fantasy city with a fabulous sightseeing hall. The middle sphere starts at 259 meters. There you can find remarkable revolving restaurants and viewing platforms. The highest one, called the Space Module, is at a height of 350 meters, and from this place you will have a breathtaking view of the entire city. Be prepared for the glass floor, which makes the experience even more unforgettable. Do not worry that you cannot speak Chinese in this cosmopolitan city. English is a compulsory subject in primary schools. Number 7. Guilin and Yangshuo. If you are a nature lover, Guilin and Yangshuo have what you are looking for. The cities are only 70 kilometers apart, and the surrounding countryside is considered one of the world's most beautiful places, thanks to karst landscapes and leisurely rural lifestyle. The idyllic countryside is enriched by majestic rice terraces, clean rivers, and ethnic minorities. Guilin City is used as a transport hub, So we recommend starting there and using at least one day and night to discover its secrets. Start with Reed Flute Cave, a fascinating gallery of natural sculptures now enhanced by multicolored lighting. The cave got its name after a type of reed growing outdoors, which can be used to make melodic flutes, and is estimated to be over 180 million years old. There are several hills close to the center that are worth visiting, but don't miss the popular symbol of the city, Elephant Trunk Hill. It got its name because it looks like an elephant drinking water. Under the elephant's trunk is the round opening, also known as the Water Moon Cave. This small cave can also be visited, and there are more than 50 ancient pieces of carved inscriptions. Don't miss the chance to take a boat trip. It is especially nice at night when the city is illuminated with lots of colors. A system of 2 rivers and 4 lakes forms a continuous scenic waterway through the center of Guilin. You will love it. The most popular way to travel from Guilin to Yangshuo is cruising along the Li River. This 80-kilometer cruise passes around the remarkable rock formations and caves and takes approximately 4 hours. It starts in the morning and reveals the most picturesque areas and amazing scenery of China. Yangshuo offers unlimited possibilities for holiday travel. This area is much like a huge national park, which needs several days to explore. You can explore local villages, and there are also outdoor activities you can try, such as bamboo rafting on the Yulong River and Li River, where you can enjoy views of the countryside and the authentic lifestyle of the residents. Do you like to browse the shops or cafes? Or do you just want to eat well? Then visit the oldest street in this city, West Street, with a history of more than 1,400 years. This street is also called Foreigner Street. English has become the language for daily use here. Visitors are attracted by its unique mix of traditional Chinese and Western culture. At night, this street is alive with beautifully decorated restaurants and colorful lights. Visiting this place is a unique experience for all your senses. Number 8. Lhasa. At an altitude of 3,656 meters, Lhasa is one of the highest cities in the world. This administrative capital of Tibet is also an important religious center of Tibetan Buddhism. With more than 3,000 hours of sunshine a year, Lhasa is also known as the City of Sunshine. Attraction number 1 is the Potala Palace, also considered one of the wonders of the world. The origins of the building date back to the 7th century AD, and it was substantially rebuilt in the 17th century. Since then, it has become the winter palace residence of the Dalai Lamas, with a richly decorated interior. There are more than 1,000 rooms, 10,000 shrines, and about 200,000 statues. The Potala Palace is still one of the most sacred and revered monuments of Tibetan Buddhism. Today, this site is considered one of the most fascinating museums in the world, with an extensive collection of artifacts, artistic objects, and important historical documents. If you like to discover hidden treasures on your travels, don't miss Barkhor Street, located in the heart of Lhasa. This street is always packed with wanderers from all over the world. There is a Saint Road encircling the Jiakhong Temple from the 7th century AD, and for Tibetans, it is the most important pilgrim circuit ever. You can experience direct contact with the religious traditions of this region. Local people believe that a religious clockwise walk around Jiakhong Temple brings them blessings from Buddha Sakyamuni. In the present day, Barkhor Street is both a bustling shopping center and a touristy old quarter with colorful Tibetan features. Here you can relax in a tea house, have a local meal, or shop for souvenirs. While exploring Lhasa, be sure to visit Norbulinka, translated as Treasure Park. It houses the Dalai Lama's summer palace from the 18th century with 374 rooms of various sizes and is surrounded by the largest man-made garden in Tibet. It covers 36 hectares and is full of trees and flowers with colorful buildings. Within the grounds, visitors can even watch the production process of Sangka, a unique Tibetan scroll painting with silk embroidery. Did you know that it was in this complex that the Austrian mountaineer Heinrich Herr helped the Dalai Lama build a small cinema? The successful film 7 Years in Tibet shows more than just this event. Number 9. Beijing. For more than 800 years, Beijing has been the capital of China. At the same time, it fully represents Old China and New Modern China. The city was established over 3,000 years ago, and its rich history attracts millions of tourists every year and satisfies even the most demanding ones. The absolute must-see place is the Imperial Palace, known as the Forbidden City. Constructed in the 15th century, it is the former Imperial Palace and the Emperor's residence. It consists of 980 remaining buildings with 8,886 rooms, including several throne halls, and it is one of the largest palace complexes in the world. It got its name Forbidden City upon the tradition, according to which ordinary people were not allowed to enter. Visit an unforgettable Temple of Heaven. The largest religious building complex in the capital was built in the 15th century. There is a 38-meter-tall Hall of Prayer for Good Harvest, one of the world's largest medieval wooden structures. It is considered the holiest of Beijing's imperial temples. Surrounding the big park is a great place to see the locals practicing Tai Chi, a very healthy meditation in motion. Beijing is the perfect starting point to explore the Great Wall of China. You can reach many sections of this breathtaking structure, only from a 1 to 3 hour drive from the capital. If you like walking in splendid gardens, do not miss Summer Palace from the 18th century, also known as the Imperial Garden Museum. The area was used as a summer retreat by the Chinese royal family. There you can enjoy peaceful boating on artificial Kunming Lake. Walk the long corridor with more than 14,000 colorful paintings on each beam, or visit colorful Suzhou Market Street, lined on both sides with archaic structures, such as various shops, Chinese tea houses, and traditional restaurants. Do you like to discover new tastes on your travels? Then try sugar-coated haws. For those who are more of a savory eater, don't forget to try the world-famous Beijing roast duck with its thin and crispy skin. This dish is the epitome of Beijing cuisine. Number 10. Hong Kong. Hong Kong used to be a British colony until 1997, and today it is the Special Administrative Region of China. It is one of the most densely populated places in the world, and its culture is a mixture of Asian and European culture. What will take your breath away when you come into the city is Victoria Harbour, the major tourist attraction of the city. You can enjoy magnificent view of Hong Kong Island skyline thanks to Star Ferry, a passenger ferry service which carries more than 26 million people every year. From Victoria Harbour, you can see Victoria Peak, where you can get to the Peak Tram, which operates its services from 1888. Victoria Peak is the highest hill on the Hong Kong Island, from which you will enjoy incredible views of the city and Victoria Harbour. On Victoria Peak, you can eat some delicious food in one of its restaurants. Visit also a large bronze statue of Buddha, which was built only in 1993. It symbolizes the harmonious relationship between man and nature, people, and faith. If you want to get inside the Buddha, there is an admission fee. Are you looking for a place to have a good dinner or a party? Then do not miss Long Kai Fong area. It is a great place for clubbing. If you worry that a trip to Hong Kong will ruin you, good news. You can get a good meal in this city also for $5 US. However, if you want to pay more, the city has no limits. If you've enjoyed this video and want to see more in the future, leave a comment, give a like, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.